Let's talk about Raw from last Monday. Last Monday they were in Denver, Colorado. I put up my usual Twitter poll. I had over 3,500 responses. 16% of you voted thumbs up. 23% of you voted thumbs down. And I think a record, 61% of you said you did not watch the show. And I get criticism from people, not a lot of people, but there have been people on Twitter. And I'm not saying that they're malicious or they're trolling or anything, but they write me and they go, well, clearly we know that the didn't watch option, is just a combination of people who are just trolling or they just hate WWE and they're just voting for the sake of voting. Of course, they're watching the show. And I've gotten this response from some people over the last few weeks since I added that third option. And I got it from people this week, of all weeks, because they saw the number was so high and they said, well, it's obvious what's going on here. I want you to remember this number. 1.64. That was the overall Raw rating for last Monday's show. 1.64. That equates to 2.3 million viewers. That is the second lowest rated Monday Night Raw ever to air on the USA Network. You would have to go all the way back to the December 23rd, 1996 edition of Raw, the pre-Christmas show, the holiday show, which did a 1.5 rating for a number lower than the one they earned last Monday. I don't ever want to hear from another person questioning those poll numbers I put up saying, oh, the didn't watch number is clearly just a troll vote or a protest vote. It's not accurate. On the week that they did their second lowest number of all time, I get responses like that. Wake up, people. Wake up. This is real. This is a real phenomenon. I hear from people every single week who say they can't watch the show anymore. I can't do it. I don't know how you do it, Solomonster. I can't do it. You're a better man than I am. Or, I haven't watched a full episode of Raw or SmackDown in 6 months, or 3 months, or 9 months. This is not an isolated tweet or an isolated email. Every single week, I get emails from people. Some people who I know have been listening to the show for a long time. Some people I know personally. And I believe them. Now, some people will make this argument. They'll say, well, it's the fall season. This happens every year. The NFL is back. Oh, really? Oh, really, Einstein? Is that the case? Well, that's funny to me, because I could have sworn last time I checked that fall comes every year. Just as sure as WrestleMania and Santa Claus and the friggin' Easter Bunny come every single year. And yet, every year that goes by, we seem to be setting new record lows. Every year. Lower and lower. How low can we go? Raw has never been as dangerously close as they are now to dipping below 2 million viewers. And it may not happen this week. They may rebound this week and get a 500,000 viewer boost. It may not happen this week. It may not happen next week or the week after that. But I hope it does. I hope it does, because the show is largely, not completely, there are bright spots on the show, and I'm going to talk about them in a second. You know, if you have 16 different segments on this show, not all 16 are trash. So the show is largely, not completely, terrible. Week after week after week. And the last thing we need is for the numbers to go up. And for them to think that what they're doing is actually entertaining. It's not. Now the problem is, and I talked about it when we discussed the new TV deals a few months ago, what happens then? Let's say that happens. Let's say the numbers do drop. What then? And the sad reality is, probably nothing. Nothing will happen. We may get a Vince McMahon sighting on TV. When things get bad, they run to the bat signal and they slap Vince's face on it and they shine it over the sky over his house. Or we'll get more big names making appearances on TV. Let's drag out The Undertaker's ass. Let's drag out Shawn Michaels. Let's put Mick Foley on the show. Try to pop a big number. Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. I'll say it every single time. I don't mind seeing those guys every now and then. It's good to see the old names. But to rely on them and to drag them out as your secret weapon, we're long past that point. Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. That's all it is. But why do I think nothing is going to happen? WWE stock closed on Friday, almost $97 a share. They may hit $100 a share this week. Have a market cap over $7 billion. What do you think is going to happen?